everybody. Okay, in a matter of 4 key important steps when we talk about anti-aging, we're going to go from this to this in 5 minutes. So here's the thing. I thought this would be a really good time for me to share with you my thoughts and my experiences when I think about like anti-aging or age prevention or holding on to where we are. If you're really happy with your skin and how things are progressing, you know, holding yourself right there with the level of happiness that you're experiencing with your face. And there's 4 important key steps and product categories that I think are so important when we think about that. We can always add more, but I thought these are the 4 areas that I think are really important. So I'm going to give you a nice comparison between a drugstore brand that you could buy compared to a prescription that you can get from your physician. And I'll give you the price comparisons, and I think they all work really well. It's just a matter of which one that's going to be more convenient for you and at which stage of your skin that would be best for you would be my recommendation. So without further delay, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to take off this wonderful mask. I got this a sample in the mail from Miss Ellen. If you guys didn't see our live stream that we did for Christmas Gifts Part 2, you have to watch it. She talked about some products by Revive. She gave me a sample. It's like a pretty gold color. If anything else, the color is so pretty. You just like make your face like you're smiling putting the mask on because it's so pretty and it feels so good on your skin. Okay, let's wash it off. So I washed off the mask. First thing we want to do is we need a toner. The 2 toners that I recommend, one that you can get with non-prescription, the P50 Lotion you actually can get from a like an upscale, like a luxury spa, but actually you can get it on Amazon. That would be my recommendation, and you can get it, no prescription is needed. This is a product that's been out for many years, and the brand is really good brand too. They make I'm going to put it below because I am not going to attempt to try to say this brand, but it is really nice luxury like spa brand of different masks, toners, facial cleansers and things like that. And the 2 thing I use is another mask, and I use this. So this would be my recommendation as the toner without a prescription. The toner that I recommend if you're able to get a prescription from your doctor is Cindacin. And if you get a prescription from your doctor, once again, you're only going to pay the copay just like you normally would with any other medical prescription for any other thing, because it's covered under your medical plan. So whatever your copay would be what this would be, and you actually can get it in a 90-day supply like you can a lot of other your prescriptions, so you just don't have to do it for once a month. So that would be my recommendation for that. And this actually is the little travel size of the P50, so this would be my recommendation also. So if you want to try it first, and I believe this size is about $30, but a little goes a long way because it is definitely like heavily like menthol in it, so you don't need a lot. You're going to feel it working, you're going to smell it working, so you don't need a lot. Go on Amazon, look for the travel size, or call the local spa that you may have in your area and order and ask them for the travel size. And if you don't know of a spa, I'll actually link one below, and where I actually get mine from as well. They have a location in Philadelphia and they have a location in New York City, but they'll just mail it to you also, because I definitely know they have the travel size. So anyway, so I'm going to start off with the toner first, and I'm actually going to use this one this morning. So here's the difference. So I just put a little bit. So the difference between the 2 is this. I actually like both of the toners. I have been using them both a lot for many years. I typically use this one for in the morning and this one at night, just so I just want, if I'm wearing makeup, if I've worn makeup during the day, and because you guys know I suffer from acne and I just want to make sure that my skin is completely clean, I use this one. But if I'm not really wearing makeup during the course of the day at all, this one works just fine for a day and night. But that would be the difference, especially if you're experiencing like acne, cystic acne on a regular basis, you definitely want to consider getting the prescription Cindacin one. But if you're not really suffering from acne and things like that, then I recommend the P50 lotion. I will show you how much dirt just came off my face, but it would be disgusting, so I won't do that. So, step 2, you think about minimizing the look of open pores around this area, fine lines that you may have anywhere on your face that you've noticed more that you're not really excited about having, and then if you're looking for more of an even complexion and smoother skin, this is the product that you want to use next, and that is a retinoid. I talk about retinoids a lot. I have been using, this is actually one that I use. Now this is the one that I get from my doctor with a prescription. Over here, this is the one that you actually can get from the drugstore called Different. So the only difference between the two are the Sturm. So the Different, as you can see, is 0.01, and then so for the medicated prescription one, it's 0.05. That is the difference. So when you actually get the retinoid gel from the prescription, from the drugstore, they're not allowed to sell you anything over the counter without a prescription that's higher than 0.01. So that's why you can only get this one without a prescription. If you need something stronger, you have to get your prescription from your doctor. And I'm actually going to take it down to my neck area as well. A little bit goes a long way. I don't use a lot, so just that bit. I'm going to put here. As my mother says, my mother always tells me, stop wiping down, you're supposed to go up, you're supposed to go up. I'm like, okay, Mom. So now when I'm doing this with you guys, I'm like, go up, go up, go up. Okay. All right, so that was step 2. You have to do some type of eye cream, right? My eye creams are not with prescription. You're like, thank gosh, you finally shown us something without any prescription. So the 2 that I buy, I do get from, well, the one I'm currently using, I get from a department store, but you can buy it from like Sephora or online. And you guys have seen me talk about this one before, and that is the Sturm eye cream. I've never, to be honest with you, I've never really found an eye cream like, oh my God, I love this eye cream. I'm only going to use this one. No, I probably change like once a year. For this year, it's definitely been the Sturm. I've used now, this might be my 3rd bottle, so I'm definitely liking it a lot. I'm loving it enough where I'm not like really looking for anything. And so I've been very pleased with it. The creaminess, the texture of it, how easy it is for me to put my makeup on and everything like right afterwards. I do let it dry for a minute. But I'm just going to throw a little monkey's wrench into this. And this is once again Miss Ellen's fault. She also had given me a sample when I got the sample of the mask. She threw in there an eye cream. I don't like wasting money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this up because this costs too much money to be wasting. And then when this runs out, then I'm going to switch to the Revive eye cream, because the difference is the texture is very similar, but it's a tad bit thicker and a tad bit creamier, which is really cool, and it just feels so good on my face. So if you're looking for a next eye cream, I like them both, and you're looking to buy one right now, try this one. And if you want to try both, then try both, but that would be my recommendation to start here first. I believe pricing, this is a tad bit more. I think it's like $30 more compared to the Sturm. So let's put on the eye cream. It's so creamy. It feels like I'm putting lotion on my face, but I'm doing it on my eyes. See, Mom, I'm going up. I'm going up, Mom. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, so amazing. Okay. Oh, so good, so good, so good. Okay, so that is the eye cream. Now, the 4th step that is super, super, super important. You guys have heard me say this before, and if you aren't using one, you need to be using one, and that is a sunscreen. Everybody has to use a sunscreen. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what your nationality is. I don't care what your skin type is. Everybody has to wear sunscreen. Now, here's the important thing about this. I have two different brands in my hand. This one is by Shiseido and this one is by Elta MD. Now, the Shiseido one you can definitely get like in your local Sephora's. You can order it online. You can get it in your department stores. The Elta MD, although you don't need a prescription for it, but you can't readily find it like in a department store or something like that, or a beauty store. You're actually going to have to buy this like online or get it from your dermatology office. Or, you know what, you can just buy it on Amazon. You don't need a prescription. I think this one is like $40-something, and so is this one actually. So they're really the same price. The difference between the two is this one. The Shiseido one is more like when it dries, it just like dries completely clear. And you probably still would have to use some type of moisturizer, in which you typically would do. I don't really use moisturizer anymore that much, and so now because of that, I actually use the Elta MD, because the Elta MD sunscreen is going to give me both. You have to wear sunscreen, particularly because obviously you want to protect yourself from the sun, the rays, anti-aging, prevention, all those wonderful things. But the other important things, if you're not familiar with, if you are going to add the Retinoid, which, you know, I recommend just to kind of do a research if you're buying the different from over the counter or if you're buying the prescription one, you have to wear sunscreen if you're wearing any type of products with Retinoid. Even if you're buying something else from another brand and it has Retinoid in it, you have to wear sunscreen, because if you don't wear sunscreen, all of the wonderful benefits that you see with the even complexion, smooth complexion, and things like that, if the sun hits your face and you don't have on sunscreen and you have any type of products on with Retinoid, you're actually going to reverse all the progress that you made. So you don't want to do that. So because the Retinoid, if the sun hits your face, it's actually going to bring back your darker spots that you may have with the discoloration. And because basically you think about it, the Retinoid is actually healing your face. It's treating your face. It's working on your face. So you want to protect and put a coating of something on it so the sun doesn't reverse the progression that the Retinoid is activating on your skin at the moment. Because the Retinoid is basically, it's like an active product on your skin that's constantly working. So you want it to constantly work, and you need to put a shield on it so nothing breaks through, so to stop the progression of the product working on your face. So that's kind of how you have to think about the sunscreen. I don't care how old, how deep color your skin is. That's a myth too. People think, oh, you're African American skin, you don't have to wear sunscreen. And I'm going to be honest with you, I really didn't always know that. I kind of thought the same thing too. I thought that was a lot of people who like to sit out in the sun. That's what they have to do. But I really didn't sit out in the sun like that and get suntan. So I thought, oh, I don't have to wear sunscreen. So I didn't start wearing sunscreen probably until I was starting to use the Retinoid products. So probably I've been using sunscreen for about 15 years now. Should have been doing it, like I said, in my 20s and 30s. So anybody right now who's watching, if you're teens, your 20s, your 30s, definitely make sure you guys are using your sunscreen. It doesn't matter how old you are. And so those are the 4 steps that I think are really, really important when you think of anti-aging, holding back the progression of aging with your skin that you want to control as much as possible. Then these are the 4 steps that I think are super, super important. You can always do more, like I said, but at minimum, these are the 4 categories that I recommend that we all take. If you aren't doing it right now, let's start today. So that's it. So now I'm going to get dressed so I can now go to do a couple different errands. So let's finish. Well, that's it, everybody. That is my 4-step process that I think is absolutely imperative that we all take on this journey together of age prevention and all those wonderful things. So I am now going to close out the video with my outfit of the day. Have a great one, you guys, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. This new sweatshirt that I had gotten from Free People, and Zara Cargo Sweatpants, my Givenchy boots. I am wearing my CDC cuff today, and because of the dolman sleeves on this sweatshirt, which I love, a lot, but I can't wear a coat with this. So I threw on my little gray infinity scarf to sort of, give me some warmth around my neck. And so this is my outfit of the day.